Greetings, distinguished connoisseurs of the limelight, and welcome once again to the hallowed halls of Mr. Magazine, the premier destination where the veil of celebrity is gently lifted to reveal the profound truths hidden beneath. I am your host, your guide through the labyrinth of fame, and today we embark upon a narrative investigation that transcends mere gossip, touching upon the very ethos of artistic expression and the sacred boundaries of private devotion. We find ourselves turning our analytical lens toward a duo who have become synonymous with an ethereal, almost magnetic connection, the captivating Yağmur Yüksel and the stoic, formidable Boris Bacters. Their shared history in Blood Flowers painted a portrait of chemistry so potent it seemed to bleed from the screen into reality, yet, today's discourse concerns a divergence, a professional stipulation that has sent shockwaves through the production studios of Istanbul. We are dissecting the anatomy of a rumor regarding a formidable veto, a prohibition on physical intimacy that challenges the industry's status quo. But before we navigate these turbulent waters, ensure that your presence is marked within our community. Press that like button to signal your arrival, subscribe to Mr. Magazine to ensure you never miss a revelation, and for those who wish to champion independent, high-caliber journalism, the join button awaits your patronage. Your support is the lifeblood of our inquiry. Now, let us peel back the layers of this fascinating development. In the contemporary landscape of televised drama, where the script is typically revered as an immutable scripture and the director's vision is absolute, the actor is often viewed merely as a vessel, an instrument to be played in service of the narrative arc. Yet, a tremor of significant magnitude is currently reverberating through the foundational pillars of the industry, emanating specifically from the pre-production chambers of Yağmur Yüksel's latest and most eagerly anticipated project. Reports, emerging like whispers from the sealed doors of executive suites, suggest that Ms. Yüksel is not merely stepping into a new role, but is fundamentally rewriting the terms of her engagement with the craft itself. The prevailing intelligence suggests that a firm, non-negotiable directive has been issued to the screenwriters and producers, a categorical prohibition on scenes depicting osculatory intimacy, a definitive no-kissing rule. To understand the gravity of this alleged stipulation, one must appreciate the context of the genre. In the realm of high-stakes romantic drama, physical proximity and the visual culmination of a kiss are frequently utilized by writers as a shorthand for emotional crescendo, a visual signal to the audience that a bond has been sealed. For a rising star to unilaterally reject this established tropes is nothing short of revolutionary. Accounts from the initial script readings describe an atmosphere thick with professional tension, where Yağmur Yüksel, exhibiting a maturity far beyond her years, reportedly confronted the creative architects of the show. Her argument, as reconstructed by insiders, was one of artistic purity. She posited that the profound depths of her character's soul and the veracity of the romantic connection need not rely on the crutch of physical contact. She advocated for a performance style where a lingering gaze, the subtle brush of fingertips, or the heavy, pregnant silence between two lovers could convey a passion far more intense and cerebral than the conventional, and in her view, perhaps reductive, act of kissing. However, the narrative of this event is not confined to the sterile environment of artistic debate, it is inextricably intertwined with the complex tapestry of her personal life. The silhouette of Boris Bacters, her former co-star and the subject of intense romantic speculation, looms heavily over these professional decisions. While the official discourse remains centered on artistic choice, the murmurs from the inner sanctum of the social elite suggest that this professional boundary is a direct reflection of a private accord. The question that currently holds the industry in thrall is complex. Are we witnessing the evolution of an actress reclaiming her autonomy, or are we observing the manifestation of Boris Bacters' protective influence? Boris Bacters, a figure who commands the screen with an intensity that borders on the elemental, has found himself inadvertently cast as the protagonist in this unfolding off-screen drama. Known for a demeanor that blends modern charisma with a somewhat traditional chivalry, Bacters has always maintained a dignified reserve regarding the intricacies of his private affairs. Yet, sources with proximity to the pair intimate that his value system is deeply rooted in a classical understanding of exclusivity. The rumor mill, churning with relentless energy, posits that while he is a staunch supporter of Yağmur's ascending trajectory, he has delineated a red line concerning the simulation of intimacy with other male leads. It is hypothesized that the no-kissing veto is the tangible output of this relationship dynamic, a manifestation of a bond that prioritizes the sanctity of their real-world connection over the ephemeral demands of a fictional script. Insiders are careful to clarify that this narrative does not paint Bacters as a figure of petty possessiveness, but rather as a man of deep-seated conviction. The portrayal is one of a relationship with distinct parameters, a concept that stands in stark contrast to the fluid, often boundaryless nature of the modern entertainment machine. This raises a philosophical conundrum about the intersection of love and labor. Is this an instance of controlling interference disguised as protection, or is it a rare, admirable example of two individuals placing the health of their union above the commodification of their image? This specific intersection of professional obligation and private sentiment brings us to the pivotal question of the hour, and I require your astute perspectives in the comments section below. Do you believe that a partner in a committed relationship possesses the right to influence the artistic choices of an actor? Is this a beautiful demonstration of respect, or does it cross the line into unprofessional conduct? I urge you to pause the video, articulate your thoughts, and ignite the debate. Furthermore, remind yourself that by clicking the join button and becoming a member of Mr. Magazine, your comments are highlighted, ensuring that your voice rises above the noise in our vibrant community. The public response to these leaking details has been as polarized and dramatic as the scripts these actors bring to life, effectively fracturing the fanbase into two distinct ideological camps. On one flank, we observe the purists of the craft, a legion of critics and viewers who maintain that an actor's primary allegiance must be to the integrity of the story. They express a palpable anxiety that sanitizing the script to appease personal sensibilities will dilute the visceral chemistry essential for the genre's success. Their argument is rooted in the belief that art, by its nature, requires the suspension of the self. They fear that if Yağmur's performance is shackled by off-screen restrictions, the on-screen verisimilitude will inevitably suffer, rendering the romance hollow and unconvincing. Conversely, opposing this faction are the defenders of romance, who applaud the couple for their steadfast adherence to their values. This demographic perceives Yağmur's decision not as a professional limitation, but as a courageous act of prioritization, a declaration that her real-life happiness and the comfort of her partner supersede the expectations of the audience. To them, the willingness to risk industry backlash and potential casting limitations in service of respecting Boris' sensitivities is the ultimate testament to the strength of their bond. They further argue that relying on physical intimacy is a hallmark of lazy storytelling, and that if the acting caliber is sufficiently high, the absence of such scenes will only serve to heighten the emotional tension, proving that true romance resides in the spirit, not the flesh. The situation is rendered even more intricate when one examines the historical context of Yağmur Yüksel's public persona. In previous interviews, she has cultivated an image of consummate professionalism, frequently stating her willingness to undertake whatever the narrative requires. This sudden, sharp pivot in her professional philosophy lends significant weight to the theory that the Boris factor is the catalyst for this transformation. Let us delve deeper into the psychological underpinnings of this scenario. Intelligence gathered from their mutual social circle suggests that Boris Bacters does not fit the archetype of the jealous lover often caricatured in tabloid media. Instead, he is described as practicing a form of principled exclusivity. The distinction, though subtle, is crucial. It is not that he forbids her employment or seeks to dim her light. Rather, he seeks to establish a framework wherein their private relationship is not subjected to the constant erosion of simulated romances. In an industry where lines are notoriously blurred, establishing such a fortress around their relationship may be their only defense. Some cultural commentators view this development as a refreshing return to traditionalism, a rejection of the anything-goes morality that permeates modern celebrity culture. Others, however, view it as a precarious precedent, questioning where the line will be drawn. If a kiss is deemed unacceptable, will the prohibition eventually extend to an embrace? To romantic dialogue? It is this very ambiguity that fuels the relentless machinery of gossip. As the premiere date of the new series approaches, the scrutiny upon Yağmur Yüksel will be unrelenting. Every frame will be subjected to forensic analysis. Every interaction with her new co-star will be dissected for evidence of this alleged censorship. The success or failure of the show may well hinge on whether the audience accepts this sanitized version of romance, or if they reject it as inauthentic. To date, neither Yağmur Yüksel nor Boris Bacters has issued a formal communiqué to confirm, deny, or clarify these swirling rumors. Their silence, mirroring the enigma of our previous reportage, is deafening. It serves only to fertilize the legend, transforming a mere production detail into a modern mythology of love, sacrifice, and boundaries. Whatever the ultimate reality may be, rest assured that Mr. Magazine will remain your vigilant sentry, watching every scene, analyzing every glance, and reading between every line of dialogue. We are committed to being your eyes and ears within the industry's most exclusive corridors. That concludes today's in-depth exploration of the fascinating, tangled dynamics surrounding Yağmur Yüksel and Boris Bacters. The tapestry of fame is woven with complex threads, and we are here to unravel them all. If this analysis provided you with a new perspective, please demonstrate your appreciation by liking this video and sharing it across your social networks. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell, ensuring you are the first to be informed when the next chapter of this saga unfolds. And to our Join members, I extend my deepest gratitude. You are the pillars of this channel. Until we meet again, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep watching. This is Mr. Magazine, signing off.